and share them because it was an interesting story as to how I became a relationship coach. Oftentimes, I invite my clients when we're faced with a real challenge. I ask, would you like me to listen, guide, or help? And that gives control in an out of control situation, at least a little bit to start with, which literally transfers where your brain is working on things to your prefrontal cortex, where you can take a breath and actually make a choice. Would you like me to listen, guide, or help? Has been one of the many things that I've been known for. So I have been asked to share the story of how I became a relationship coach. And it was a little bit of an indirect pattern. So I'd like to share it with you of how, in a format that I help other people figure out who they used to be, who they are now, and who they'd like to step into becoming. So this is an exercise I use with my clients. In this case, I'm going to share with you who I used to be. Do you recognize any of these organizations? Over the past 20 years, I've helped these organizations improve every relationship that they have with their clients and the employees working within them. A couple of highlights: I increased an account base in a portfolio management company over 200%. As a business development director, I helped build multi-million-dollar relationships, and I aligned the individuals on the team's goals with the business's goals, thus exceeding $1 million or more year over year for over 11 years. I was a social scientist in the Department of Medicine at Stanford. I've helped organizations reduce turnover and increase over $1 million saved in their employee base and streamlining operations. One of the largest advertising organizations in the world asked me to come in and adjust the corporate culture in the organization. So I was doing executive coaching and supporting that so that they could help achieve the mission and vision of the business. As a result, people I've worked with who have worked for me asked, when are you going to write the book we want you to write? That's the new management blueprint. Spark talent to ignite winning teams, creating valuable results. It's available on Amazon, and it became an international bestseller in 4 categories. But screech halt. I promised to tell you how I became a relationship coach. And yes, of course, I was building relationships professionally in these big corporations. Now I can still do that, and I'm building relationships on a more personal level. So would you like me to share a little bit of my personal story with you? It really started when my cousin and I went on a cruise, and we were put at the wrong dinner table at the wrong dinner seating. And we were seated with these 2 guys. And during the course of dinner, one of them decided that I am the one for him. It took me a little bit longer. Later that evening, we were on the dance floor, and he was brazen enough to kiss me. And I did what every man dreams of when he kisses a woman. I laughed. I know that's not what a guy dreams of when he kisses a girl. Fortunately, he was brave enough to ask, "What's so funny?" And I said, "My whole world has changed. I was going down the track this way, and now I'm going toward you. And that's what every man dreams of when he kisses a woman." We got married. We invited children into the world. When our beautiful, darling son was 1 year old, my husband asked, or he was asking my son to go play. And he said, "Go play with your little sister." "Oh, you don't have one. I'll make you one." And that's how we invited our daughter in. Now, these stories were so good. We were living our full and happy, quiet, one precious little life together. And in reality, the story that I'm telling you is depicted in the dash on a tombstone, because my late husband had a 5-year cancer journey and he died. So on his headstone, there's a birth date and a death date, and it's that little dash that was our precious life together in between. So now I'm in a situation where I need to rebuild my life, landscape scorched, grief stricken with 2 amazing children. How do we build life after an incredible loss? How do we decide how to carry on our precious life? So what I did was I built advisory boards, much like professional corporations have a board of directors. I made sure that each of us had a board of directors, and I cleared our paths of what would fulfill our precious lives so that we could have a clear, well-lit path of how to live our life fully without regrets, just like my late husband did. So I did that. And then a friend of mine who I used to go running with in high school went out for a run, had a heart attack, and died. And I thought, oh my God, I don't know what to do. Then, of course, I realized, oh, I actually do know what to do, and I can't do nothing. So I went to his widow. I said, this is never going to be okay. I'm going to hold your hand and walk this journey with you. Let's project manage this thing. And through the course of her rebuilding life and with her and her kids after this incredible loss, people in my community started to send me out. Can you go help them? Can you go help them? Can you go help her? Can you help him? Yes, yes, yes. And I said, I need to get a job. And they said, this is your job. So what I chose to do to start with is I wrote the guide I did not have so that you could have the guide. Life Worth Living is the guide I did not have. So to navigate and rebuild after a major change, and this major change could be moving businesses. It could be a pandemic. It could be bringing children into the world. It could be launching children. It could be going from an individual to a partnership. It could be a divorce from that, and it could be a loss. Every relationship is dynamic, and the rules of engagement are consistent from chemistry to casual to committed in each relationship, in each encounter. And understanding how they work gives you an insight that you may not have otherwise had to approach a relationship and an engagement with intention rather than just letting it happen to you, because you and your loved ones are valuable and valued, and you deserve a life worth living. Well, this book also became an international bestseller, and people all over the world started to come to me to say, I haven't had incredible loss, but I would like more from my life. I'm not feeling like I trust myself in intimate relationships. Can you help me advocate for myself? Some clients say, I wish you had arrived 30 years ago. I wouldn't have married the person I married. I would marry the person I'm married to now. And I want to keep this relationship. So I'm hiring you to ensure that I'm securing that what I have remains as a good thing. I have clients who have me help them build the relationship with their children, their inner voice, their relationship with money, their career, their community, their family. It is so much fun. So who am I now? I'm Michelle Hoffman. I am your relationship coach. And here's a picture of some people who I helped recently. Surprise, these were the Boy Scouts I recently helped to improve every relationship they have in their lives, ensuring that they know how to navigate obstacles and challenges in their life that may come up at school, in organizations they are participating in their religious organizations, in their community, in the workplace, in the military. So these young ladies have joined the Boy Scouts, and they want to know how to improve every relationship they have. One of my clients says, when you are failing chemistry, you hire a chemistry tutor. When you need help with your relationships, you hire Michelle Hoffman. Who am I stepping into becoming? I am a person who empowers people and organizations to attract, keep, and enjoy all the right relationships by prioritizing values and developing a plan to optimize productivity and success. That's the power of relationshiping. You have the ability to grow even your best relationships. So what I'd like to know is, how can I help you succeed? How can I help you succeed? You can put something in the notes down here below and say you'd like some professional support. You'd like some personal help. I'd like to know how to get into the online dating world to find, keep, and attract and enjoy the right love in your life. Let me know. How can I help you succeed?